So, hi ladies, back for part 2 of the loaded baked potato soup. I was at like 12 minutes, I wasn't watching my time, so I had to cut it into 2 videos. It may end up being 3, we'll see. But anyway, I've got my onions chopped and my leeks. When you chop them, they come chopped into like these little spiral rings. You can either just push them through, or once you put them in your pan to saute them, it'll do it on its own. As you guys can see, I've taken my homemade chicken broth off the stove. Once again, I just did that with bouillon cubes. That way I can control the ratio of, you know, how, I guess, chickeny it is versus just buying out the store and you're kind of stuck with it. So now we're getting ready to chop up the main ingredient, which are potatoes. So I'm just moving my laptop and the webcam. So this is what I'm going to use to chop my potatoes. I'm too lazy to chop them by hand, so me and my husband have a food processor. So it's just got little slits on the inside, as you guys can see, and you pretty much just feed the potato in and it chops it for you. So we're going to get those going. I've got my bowl of potatoes, which have already been washed. I do not take the skin off of it. They give it a little extra flavor. So we're going to get some of those guys going. Sorry if it gets loud. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I forgot to mention, some of them you do have to slice, because if they're a little bit wider, they won't fit inside your food processor. It pretty much just slices them into these little rings, so you can slice them yourself, but this makes it really, really thin, so it makes the soup a more creamier texture. And I'm going to keep... Okay ladies, so the webcam cut out on me abruptly, so I'll paste these 2 together. But as you guys can see, he is sauteing the leeks and the onions in the pan. With this butter, he just added pretty much a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. Pretty much, not to taste, well yeah, to taste, but it's a smidgen. So he's got those guys going now. I'm about to actually drain the water out of the potatoes, right babe? Yeah, drain the water out of the potatoes so we can add them inside with our chicken broth as well as our heavy. Alright ladies, so we've got pretty much the potatoes and the chicken broth. They've been sitting for about 5 to 10 minutes now. As you can see, the water's just slightly covering the potatoes and the leeks. Yum, yum, yum. So now he's about to add in his heavy whipping cream. Once again, it's a 16-ounce thing of heavy whipping cream, and you just stir that right in. So, kind of see how it all flows together. It gives the loaded baked potato soup that nice creamy feel, and then the leeks just give it that nice little extra flavor. It's going to boil now for about 30 minutes to an hour. It all depends on how creamy you want your soup, as well as how long or how many potatoes you have. We have a lot. Like, as you guys can see, my pot is fairly large and it's almost full. We love this soup, so we do it a lot. Sorry, I just turned the fan off above the oven because I know you guys probably can't hear me because my dryer and my wash machine is on and the fan. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to tell you guys, when you turned your potato, when you were sauteing your leeks and your potatoes, he had the oven set at about 6, and then when he added the potatoes and the chicken broth, he turned it up to about 8 and let it sit for the 5 to 10 minutes, and now he's got it back down on number 6. So a nice steady slow heat. You don't have to cover it while it's cooking. Just kind of let it stay open and the aroma flow throughout the house. We did go ahead and pop the bacon in the oven. So turn on the light so you guys can kind of see it. Well, can't see it, but it's in there cooking. How long do you normally want your bacon to in the oven? So the bacon's gonna sit inside the oven for about 20 minutes. We've got it preset at 375. So it's just going to sit there in 375 for about 20 minutes or until they get crispy. If you notice your oven cooks a little bit faster than ours, then just take them out before the 20 minutes is up or when you think it's crispy enough. So that's pretty much it, ladies. Very simple recipe. It takes about anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour to make, as long as you have everything already pre-prepped. Remember, the ingredients you need are going to be heavy whipping cream. You're going to need some leeks, 1 small onion, half bag of potatoes or as many potatoes or for as much soup as you need. I buy a 10-pound bag of potatoes and I use about 4 pounds when I make mine because I make a whole bunch of it. 1 pack of bacon or turkey bacon, depending on your preference. A little salt, pepper, a teaspoon of butter, and a little bit of Cajun seasoning that we add in to give it a nice little spice kick to it, but that's totally up to you. I will show you ladies the finished product as soon as it's finished, and I will post a link in the description box in the bottom with the website where we got the recipe from. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye. So, hi ladies, the potato soup is almost finished. I did go ahead and take out my bacon, so there's my pan. You may want to check it. It stayed in the oven for about 15 minutes. I did have to take it out at about 10 minutes and just empty some of the grease from the pan because you know bacon exudes grease when you cook it. So here's my bacon, all nice and crispy. And now I'm going to put the finishing touches on the soup, which is pretty much just mashing it. So as you guys can see, here's the soup. It just looks really creamy. It's still got big chunks of potato in it. So I'm just going to take my potato masher, which I purchased at my local dollar store, and mash them. So I'm just going to stick you guys right here to where you can see me mashing. You don't have to mash it really, I guess not really fine if you don't want to. A lot of people like it creamy or like the big chunky pieces in it. Kind of gives it a little bit more flavor. But it's all up to you. It's in personal preference on whether you want your soup to be really creamy or whether you want it to be kind of chunky. So I'm just gonna mash this for a little bit. It looks still kind of, I don't want to say runny, but after I mash the potatoes, I am going to let them sit for a little bit, and then it'll thicken up. Keep mashing, ladies. Keep mashing. Most of the potatoes will be broken up, so it'll be really simple and easy when you mash it. So I'm all done mashing. You know, my husband likes it a little chunky. So now I'm just going to scoop some out so I can show you guys the finished product. Oh, you guys have to see this. I've got the cutest little soup bowl set that we got for a wedding gift. So we always eat it out of here. And I just use a ladle to scoop it. Put it in my soup bowls. So now you'll see where the bacon comes into play. This here is kind of an optional step. You really don't have to do it if you don't want to, but my husband likes a lot of cheese, so I'll just leave the soup sitting on the aisle for about an additional 10 to 15 minutes after I mash it, and then I take some Italian cheese, and if everybody doesn't like cheese, you can kind of sprinkle it directly in the bowl as I'm about to do now. So I sprinkle a little bit on the bowl, and then tomorrow when you want it again, the bacon's all soggy inside of the soup. So yeah. And then tomorrow when you want it again, the bacon's all soggy inside of the soup. So yeah. Here we go. So I'll show you ladies' finished product. So here it is, my big yummy bowl of loaded baked potato soup. So it was really quick and easy, kind of like a 30-minute meal. As you guys can see, I've got my bacon crumbled up on top. I've got my cheese, then my potato soup. I didn't get bread tonight just because the husband is actually out with friends, so he's not going to get home till probably about 9 or 10 o'clock, and I don't want to eat a whole loaf of bread by myself. But I go to the bakery section of like my local Harris Teeter or Food Line, and I'll buy a large loaf of Italian bread, and I'll just put that in the oven and bake that as well, and then I just slice it, and we have the potato soup with, you know, some Italian bread. So once again, I'm going to post a link in the bottom of the description bar, and you ladies just let me know if you have any questions. Hope you enjoy.